Our amaryllis has rebloomed for spring. Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband's Paul. We're so happy you have joined us today. Today's video is going to be a real life vlog of getting ready for a super frugal road trip. We are headed to the little house in South Carolina, and we figured we would take you along on how we get ready to make the road trip. It is a 12-hour drive from New York to South Carolina, more like 13 hours, let's be honest. So it is quite a trip. It doesn't matter if you're going on a road trip for a couple of hours or maybe even longer, or what your duration. It could be just for a weekend, a week. These tips that we're going to share will definitely help you save money. Let's get right to this video. At the beginning of the week, what I did was I went to the freezer and I pulled out a whole chicken. And I roasted it. Now, why did I do that? Because for the next several days, we will eat off this chicken and use up leftovers in our refrigerator and have some delicious meals and not a lot of time spent on preparing these meals. It could be any type of a main dish that you can eat off of for several days. So maybe you want to make a tray of lasagna or a roast beef or whatever it is. That will get you through the next couple of days making delicious meals, using up what you have, and not wasting food. And that will help so much as you get closer to the day you're going to leave. Another thing you need to do is prep any fruits or vegetables or anything that's going to spoil while you're away. Wasting food is wasting money. So you really want to make sure you go through your refrigerator. Anything that you need to cook can be cooked. I'll show you exactly what we mean. So let's turn this camera around and get into the kitchen. We have to clean the refrigerator out before we go. And we bought these beautiful strawberries. They were $1.49 each for a pound of strawberries. I'm going to show you a tip on how to take the stems out. That is so easy. And then we're going to cut some up. We're going to have some for dessert, and the rest I'm going to freeze. So we'll show you how to go about doing that because we don't want to waste food while we're gone. So the first thing I'm going to do is wash the berries. Just get them nice and clean before we take the stem off. This is just one package. After we wash them, what I do is I have a cotton cloth. It's an older cloth, but it's great because I can stain it and it's not going to freak me out. But I gently want to just dry these, very gently. I am going to show you the easiest way to hull a strawberry. I have a plastic straw here. You can use a paper straw. Come in through the bottom of the strawberry and push it up towards the top. Give a gentle push and it pops right off. A perfect hulled strawberry. I'll show you one more. We're going to go up through the bottom, push the top off, pull it off. Perfect strawberry. Now these are the ones I'm going to freeze. It's amazing how the entire stem comes out perfectly. Look at that. I just have a piece of parchment paper on the bottom. You just don't want them to stick to the pan. These are going to go into the freezer just like that. We're going to flash freeze them. So just a great little hack. Okay, we got to keep going, so I'm going to get these in the freezer.
After the strawberries have been washed, cored, and frozen on the sheet, listen to it.
Nice and solid. They're beautiful.
And they're dry, so you can now put these into a bag and put them in your freezer. If you're planning on making a smoothie, you only need a couple berries. You can open the bag, take the berries out, and the rest will stay. It's not going to be one big lump. So this is the way we do it. So here's the berries when they're frozen and air sealed in our bag. All you have to do, like I always say, just cut along that sealed edge with a nice sharp scissor. make it a nice straight cut, take the berries you want out and put it back in the machine and seal it, put it back in the freezer for next time. That's that simple. And these things will last a long time. Now, another hint is I like to freeze these things flat. This way I can stack them in my freezer or stand them up. This way I have more room in my freezer than if I had a big clump. But this is a great way to save money.
The second batch we hulled, washed, and we just cut into slices because we are going to eat these tonight. What I do to just add a drop of natural sweetness is I always add just about a tablespoon of 100% maple syrup to the berries. It just gives such a depth of flavor to these berries. Of course, you don't have to do this, but we love it. Just give this a mix. We're going to put this in the refrigerator. Now, what I have done is got one thing that would spoil while we're away, prepped and ready to eat. So the strawberries are all prepped and taken care of. And as I said earlier, we roasted a chicken. The first night we ate a delicious meal of roasted chicken and mashed potatoes, salad. It was so good. And let me show you what we did for the next meal. It was a Tuesday. Our son was coming over for dinner. We didn't want a food shop because we're going away. So we needed to use things in our pantry, our freezer, and our refrigerator. Let me show you what we made. Cabbage was such a great price last week, so we picked up a head. We did use half. Now we still have another half. I don't want to leave this in the refrigerator till we get home. So let's make some coleslaw. I have an apple. I have some rainbow carrots. This is so easy. A little mayonnaise, a little vinegar. I know every region has their own coleslaw, and you can use whatever recipe you want. But if you don't have a favorite, this one is really good. Can we just talk about the weird carrot in the bag? Like it's a half a carrot. Why would the manufacturer put that in there? But whatever. Okay, so I'm going to use my food processor. We're going to chop up some of these items. We prepped all our veggies, made them smaller so they'll fit into the food processor, washed them. How beautiful are these rainbow carrots? Look at these. They're so gorgeous. They taste so good. I'm going to start processing everything in the processor. Look at the colors. How beautiful is this? We're using up what we have. This is a super easy dressing mix for the coleslaw. It's a half a cup of mayonnaise. Make sure you wipe that cup out. You paid for those ingredients. Use them. I'm going to use a little over a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, like a heaping tablespoon. There we go. Now again, this is our recipe. You make it how you like it. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And we're going to give this a good mix. Now you're looking at that bowl over there and you're saying, no way is this enough dressing for that whole bowl. And I am promising you it will be. You can add whatever seasoning you want to this, but we keep it super simple, just those 3 ingredients. I am going to transfer it to a bigger bowl so I can mix everything. The thing about cabbage is it has a lot of water in it. So we are going to add all this yummy dressing. And as this coleslaw mixes with the dressing, if it looks dry now, it won't be by the time we take it out of the refrigerator. So we mixed it all together. The thing about coleslaw is if you let it sit overnight, cover this, put it in the refrigerator, it will be so much more delicious tomorrow. Tonight is Tuesday and our son is here and Paul made a delicious chicken salad. So again, we're using up what we had. ShopRite was giving out free bags of these McCain Quick Cook waffle fries. So we cooked those up in the air fryer, and then we had some leftover hamburger rolls, and I melted some cheese, and we're using up an avocado we had. So this is going to be so good. We added some spicy, hot, sweet pickles, and we almost forgot my coleslaw. So here we go. And we have a delicious complete meal. We're continuing eating from our pantry. We are going to make a white cake mix. I'm already mixing it in the KitchenAid, and that is going to go with our fresh strawberries. Like I said, our son is here. We always have a special dessert on Tuesday night. Using up what we have, not buying anything new. Let's cook this up. The cake is done. It looks delicious. We let it cool. Now we're going to make some strawberry shortcake. I buy this shelf-stable whipping cream at Trader Joe's. It comes out around holiday time, but it's got a pretty long shelf life. So we are going to make some whipped cream to go with our strawberry shortcake. And we have a sweet treat for the rest of the week from the cake, the strawberries, and the cream, using up what we have. That was so delicious. Again, using up what we have. Now we're going to jump over to Paul. And Paul's going to show you how he gets the car ready for our road trip.
Before any long trip, I like to change the oil in the car, get the tires up to pressure, and clean the windows, making sure everything is working. Headlights, taillights, that's just easy to do. Also, I bring things with me that are important. I have a meter here that reads the engine codes in case a light comes on and I'm far away. I have a roll of tissue here, which can be very important. I also have here, every time I change my windshield wiper blades, I save the driver's side blade and put it in the car. You never know when you might lose a wiper or something happens out on the road. You can fix at least the driver's side right away and get to a service station. No, I'm not driving a Toyota, but this is a Toyota first aid kit that we've reloaded over the years with fresh bandages and gauze and ointment. That's a great thing to have in the car also. Of course, my GPS. My car does not have GPS. That is a must. The air pump is great in case you get yourself into a situation with a low tire pressure, pull over. You might be able to buy some time driving, trying to find a service station that'll fix your tire. Maybe you have a slow leak. You can take care of it with that. A good pair of heavy-duty gloves. You got to have that in the car. And also, in this bag here, a good flashlight and a multi-purpose tool, which is basically a pocket knife that has pliers and screwdrivers and all kinds of stuff on it. That's just handy to have. Now, these things I've accumulated over the years. The tire pump was a gift. So was the code reader. You don't have to go right out and buy all this stuff because I'm just showing it to you. This is just something that I bring when I go on a long drive. A couple other things I like to bring with me is this fluorescent shirt for visibility at night or even in the day. If you do have to get out of your vehicle on the side of the road, put on a shirt like this. This way you can be seen, and just be careful. And some tie downs, the strap and some of these rubber bungee cords, these can come in handy if something does happen and you need to hold something on your car to get it off the road or out to a service station. How many times have you seen somebody going down the road with their bumper dragging? At least you have this to hold it up. These are just some of the tools I have to prepare for a long road trip from home.
Paul has everything done that we needed to do to keep our traveling as safe as possible as far as the car goes. So now what I want to give you are just some do-ahead tips that will make your departure and your arrival home so much easier for your road trip. Number one, straighten your house before you leave. Run the vacuum. If there's things scattered, put them away. There's nothing worse than coming home from a getaway and the house is messy. Even do a little bit every day up until you go. It's just such a good feeling. Number two, make sure you pay your bills, any bills that are due before you go. Have them paid. Either pay them online or however you do it, put an envelope in the mail. But make sure you're not going to miss any payments of your bills while you're gone. Another thing is stop your mail. Go to the post office and tell them to hold your mail till you get back. You don't want your mail piling up in your mailbox. If you have newspapers that come to the home, you want to stop those as well. Those are just precautionary things so people don't know that you're gone for any length of time. Before you pack your suitcase, have your laundry done. Another thing you don't want to come home to is piles of dirty laundry. And if you're going to a place that doesn't have a laundry within the area, then you're going to be sorry because you're coming home with dirty laundry. So have all laundry done. Make sure you pack any kind of medication you take, over-the-counter meds. I begin all our preparations about a week before we're going to leave. I make a checklist in my Happy Planner of everything I need to do before we walk out that door. And that just helps so much. Now, the final thing I want to show you is what we actually bring down as far as food goes. We're going to our home, so we know we have a kitchen there and a full-size refrigerator. If you are staying in a suite or someplace that has cooking facilities, bring some food down with you. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but you want to clean out anything that is going to spoil, like I said earlier. Don't ever cook in a hotel room if you're not supposed to, please. I just want to show you these last-minute money-saving tips that you can use to make your road trip getaway that much more affordable.
This is our electric cooler. We've had this thing for a long time, many years. It's very nice. It's a nice chest. And what I like about it is it plugs into either your electrical outlet at your house, or it can plug into your power port in your car. It's got a little fan blowing here. It keeps things cool or hot, depending on how you plug it in. You can plug it in one way, it's cool, plug it in another way, and it's hot. But what we do is before any road trip, we like to plug it in overnight, let it get nice and cool, and then we'll take things from our refrigerator that are already open, and knowing that we can use this when we get to our location, we fill it up with stuff that we have in our fridge and bring it with us. It's a great savings. It works great. We can put lunches in here, snacks. It's been a win-win. This is a great cooler. So this one just seems to work very well for us.
So I just went through our refrigerator, and this is what I am pulling out to take. We had chicken salad on these Wonder Buns the other night. They were on clearance for 99 cents, and they're still soft and wonderful. So we're going to make peanut butter and jelly to have in the car. That's the first thing we're going to use up. I have a banana, 2 apples. We're going to be bringing those. I have an open package of dates, and I am going to be taking those. They are a wonderful snack on the road. Now, we have milk that we bought and we did not open. This is what I'm going to do. We don't use a lot of milk. We just really use it in our tea and coffee. So what I'm going to do is take this milk, I'm going to put it in a mason jar with a lid, and we're going to keep it in the refrigerator till we go. Then we will put it in the electric cooler. So when we get there, we will have a container of milk. The other half of the container will go in this freezer-safe plastic container, and that will go in the freezer. We come home, we take it out, let it defrost in the refrigerator. We will have fresh milk for tea and coffee the next morning. I will take a stick of butter. Why buy a whole pound of butter? We have open salsa, so I will take that. All these perishable foods must be kept cold while traveling. I always bring about a dozen tea bags for my tea, and Paul brings a can of coffee. It's always cheaper to shop your pantry before you go, please. This is sugar in case we need sugar. I have 2 open containers of mustard. Yes, we're human. So I'm going to add some of this to this, and this will come down with us. I have a half a jar of mayo that will come. We make a lot of sandwiches while we're down there, so Mom doesn't have to cook a lot. I have some bacon. We're going to take that, put that in the electric cooler. And then we have eggs, and we're going to take those with us as well. This is just a great way to use up what you have, not waste food. Take it on down with you. And I almost forgot, we're bringing this bag of Reese's Fast Break. Got these back, I think, in November when CVS had 75% off Halloween candy, and they are going to expire this month. So, yay, road trip snack at 75% off. And of course, we bring lots of cold, fresh water to drink. So there you have it. A bunch of days that we got ready to go on our road trip to South Carolina. We hope it was encouraging. We hope it was motivating. Even if you're not going away, so many of these tips can be used on an everyday basis. Make sure you're always using the food in your refrigerator. Preserve food before it goes bad in your freezer. Keep your car well maintained and supplied with things you may need in an emergency. These are all good practical tips that you can use anytime. Question of the day. Do you have any upcoming plans for the warmer weather? What are you doing? Are you starting your garden? Are you going on vacation? Are you doing some home repairs, maintenance? Or are you just going to take the summer and relax and enjoy? Please share that down below with us, because it not only encourages us and lets us know what's going on with you, but it also encourages our viewers as well. And we appreciate that so much when you share. Just a side note, there will be no video April 4th, that first Friday in April. We do not have internet connection at the little house, so it would be impossible to upload a video to you. But we promise we'll film while we're there, show you what's going on, and then we will make a video as soon as we get back. If anyone should see us down around the Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach area, I know we have a bunch of viewers from that area. Make sure you come up to us and please say hello. You know we love to meet you all. We thank you again for spending this time with us. We ask that you take a minute and please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps us so much here on YouTube. If you have not subscribed, come on in, be part of our Frugal family. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.